Good day everyone and welcome. Today I'm starting a series about japa. Japa is a syndrome whereby some people in a particular country, they move to another country. Japa simply means migration, but is a Yoruba word to move or to run away from something, to run away from danger, to run away from something that is not convenient. Many Nigerians see Nigeria today as inconvenient and they want to go to another country that is better than Nigeria. So I'm bringing a series to answer some questions, some things that you need to know about this japa syndrome. It's a general syndrome now. Everybody is moving to different countries. Some are moving to USA, some are moving to Canada, some are moving to Japan, some are moving to United Kingdom, some are leaving Nigeria and relocating to different countries all over the world. Some are even going to Uganda. Some are going to Tanzania. Some are going to different countries: Morocco, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Jerusalem, Israel, what have you. India. Some people are relocating to India, looking to different places, but mostly people relocate to Europe and America. Now, I want to bring to you some nitty-gritty things that you need to know about this japa syndrome. What is japa? I have told you that japa is Yoruba word, japa, to run away from something that is harmful. Now there are certain things that you need to know before you japa. There are benefits of japa and there are demerits of japa also. Everybody that japa legally, there are legal ways to japa, there are illegal ways to japa. So if you japa in an illegal way, you are going to have a kind of disadvantage except you're lucky. And you know, luck is not a common thing. It happens just in 1% or less than 1% in the population. So if you heard that somebody went this way and then he got this, he got that illegally, and you two are trying to do it, they will not tell you the story of thousands and millions of people that also do it illegally and they are unable to make it and they are underground and they are unable to come back to the country of their origin, to Nigeria or to any other country that they japa from. Now, let me give you an instance of an individual that I know about. This individual was a professional in his career in Nigeria. In fact, he was working in an establishment. He was the boss in the establishment. And this happened so many years ago, maybe 20 years ago or thereabout. He resigned from the place of employment and then he traveled abroad. He traveled maybe to US or UK. He traveled abroad to an advanced country. But getting there, he could not fit in with his certificate to work in the kind of place where he was working in Nigeria. He couldn't fit in to a corporate organization based on the certification and maybe some other factors. Now, he was working in a restaurant as somebody that served food and cleared the plate from the table. He makes a lot of money from that. Fine. Now, some people that were in his company where he left in Nigeria, they went for a conference, they went for a workshop, they went for a training or something like that in the place, in the country where he was japa to, in the advanced country japa to, and they were in the restaurant. And could you behold, they ate on the table and he was the one that came to clear the table, to clear the plates. And they look at him, Oga, 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 Oga. He was looking like this, they were looking at him. What are you doing? You resigned from this thing, you came here and see what you are doing here. That's the story. It went on and they tried to see how to salvage the situation for him. Many people japa illegally, and when you japa illegally, they cannot get legal work to do. They can't come out very well. They'll be working underground. Even if they work, somebody else gets the pay. They cannot open bank account because they don't have documents and many other things that they cannot do. In fact, such people, if they are sick, they cannot go to a hospital. They have to invite a doctor that will have mercy upon the all, that relates with such kind of people to come and treat the person at home. So it's a lose-lose situation. So if you look at it, yes, in advanced country, there's good medical service, there's good everything. But if you japa illegally, you cannot have good access to all these things. In fact, you are going to be hiding in the advanced country that you travel to. And that is why I want to bring you the pros and cons of japa, everything you need to know about the japa. I'll be answering a lot of questions about the japa and bringing a lot of ideas to you about japa. And one of the questions one of the things I will be talking about is you have to think before you japa. You have to plan well before you japa. Know where you are going before you japa and the place you are going to work. What works what work will you do abroad when you japa? These are some of the things I'll be discussing in this series. Can the country you go to allow you to work and study? Some people will say, you just go to school there. Once you get a school there, getting a school to study is different from getting a scholarship. A scholarship will take care of you and your schooling and your feeding and your housing. But going to school without a scholarship means you have funding to fund your program. So, and some people will think that, okay, I'm going to work and be able to sustain myself. I'll be discussing that also in this series. Then we will pay your school fees when you japa. If you japa, if your parents pay your school fees? Can somebody, your uncle, your cousin, can the person pay your school fees? Then we will host you temporarily when you arrive at the country that you japa to. Then will your spouse travel with you? These are important factors I'm going to discuss with you. Is your spouse going to travel with you, or will you go alone? Are your children going to travel with you, or your children will go alone, or you will go alone? Then all the property you have in the country where you are living in Nigeria, are you going to sell the property, or you are going to retain the property? Then do you know the cost? What it will cost you to japa? Do you know the cost of visa, the cost of air ticket? Then when you get there, your initial balancing, do you know what it is going to cost you? And then everything, how you're going to run. Do you have those things in your plan? Then do you know, do you have skills to work in the country that you want to japa to? Do you have skills to work in that country? Some people have skills, some people don't have skills. So do you have skills that you're going to use in the country that you are going to japa to? So all these I'm going to be discussing, and beyond all this I'm going to be discussing in this series. This is just an introduction, and please come along with me. Before I go, I want to tell you the story of an individual again. That individual worked with us for a while. We have an ice block set up, and he comes to tie the water and put it in the ice block machine for us. This individual's father is in UK for many years. You can imagine somebody's father is in UK and he is doing that kind of work. The individual work in a restaurant around where we are. He's a student in the school, in the higher institution, and he's also working in a restaurant in the higher institution. Now, his father is in UK for so many years. If the father even is sending £100 to him, £100 you convert it to naira is a lot of money. If you send £100 in UK, £100 is small money. In Nigeria is big money. If you send it to him, even once in 2 months or once in a month, that may be able to take care of him, at least to some extent. To the extent that the boy is working in a restaurant in the school, and the only time he leaves the restaurant from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. is when he goes for lectures. So when does he have time to study? When does he have time to, maybe during exam, he will now take a break from the place and go for his exam. He's being paid 500 naira per day, but his father is in UK. So how is it that the father is unable to send money to him? Because the father went on a tourist visa, and he thought he was going to make his document, he wasn't able to make it. So he's struggling. He doesn't have access to get a job. So he's getting underground job. It's like just anyhow job that people know that this is what he's doing. So they just helping, like they're just helping to give him those jobs. They don't get the straight jobs, because if he's going to come out to present himself, he may get deported. So I am going to take you through this series, and we are going to discuss it. I'm sure this series is going to enlighten you to decide whether to japa or not to japa. Everybody wants to japa because Nigeria is somehow. I have another video on how to make Nigeria great, which I started on the 1st of October, and I'm going to continue that series, but along the line, I have this also that I need to do. Now, some of these video ideas, they just come to me. Somebody have asked me, how do I get video ideas? Yes, I have a niche. I talk about so many things, agriculture, how to make money, how to do this, how to do that. I do research, I bring information to you. I also have personal information, personal experience from some of the things I've done, and I bring it to you that this thing can make money, this thing can make money, and you can go onto it. I have a video about how to go into cashew business, how to go into yam business, how to go into cassava business, and many other businesses. The ideas are just coming, and I think it is by the grace of God, and it's God that bring the idea. On October 1, I just thought, Nigeria can be great, and this is the season, and I started that series, and now this japa own, as I'm thinking about that series, to take the Nigeria series for maybe for 10 days, 10 videos, the japa series also come. I've done 2 videos about how to make Nigeria great. Now the japa video is coming, and we are going to also look at the series together. Throughout this October, we're going to be wrapping things up together, and then we are going to move on. I'm going to see you in the next video. I'm going to do a lot of videos, short videos on this japa level, because if the video is too long, you may not be able to fully concentrate. You may not, what you want may be in another, it may be in the 50th minute or 40th minute or 30th minute or 10th minute or 50 minutes. So if the video is short, the title you already know, so you go to the title straight and you get what you want. So I'm going to see you in the next video. Please stay tuned. What are you going to do for me to pay me for all this I'm doing? Just share this video, the link of this video, share it on your social media platform, share it on your WhatsApp, on your Telegram, on your Twitter page, on Facebook and other social media that you are in, or even on Instagram. Take the link of my video and share it on your Instagram page so that other people that don't know me can get to know me through you. Now also, you have to subscribe to this channel. Now also, what do you do for me? Like this video, then if you have any question, ask the question in the comment section below. I'm going to talk to you in the next video. This series is bound to be a very great series. Make up your mind to get information before you japa.